Welcome back, you guys. This is Wicked Raider 22 coming to you with another video of a champion that actually I have really grown to enjoy. And this is one of those champions, as you can see on the screen, that many of you have used as food probably a million times and never thought of in a different way. But I want to make you pause for just a second and take a closer look at Sister Militant. That's right. You heard me. My girl who pops up all the time from all of our mystery shards. Sister Militant actually has a couple of perks that can make her more than worth building out. Now, if you do a little bit of research on YouTube, of course, you're going to find some older videos, definitely of vets that have discovered this champion and are using her in a number of ways. But we always start, we're going to take a look at the reviews. Now, she's not going to be mind blowing. But guys, she is an uncommon champion that you can pull and fully book on a regular basis pretty easily without using many, if any, of your resources. Now, they got it listed out in the Hydra and Faction Wars. Pretty impressive. I have not used her there. Campaign locations, Spider's Den is another area. And I'm going to show you and tell you guys a little bit of why I fell in love with this champion in particular. Now, I will not say that this is the best gear to place on her. As you have heard me say, and you will continue to hear me say, if you are just starting, if you are, level 20, 30, 40, 50, you are now getting to the point of finding the gear that you want. You're finding gear and sets to fall in love with that are able to bring the best out of your champion. Same thing is going to go for Sister Militant. I just kind of slapped her with just random gear that I had already that was built out and had been used on other champions that have since been sacrificed. But I definitely fell in love with portions of her kit. So this is my common champion that we're going to be pulling from shards. And look at that. The skills are straightforward. And this is why everyone loves her. She has wide swing. And the biggest thing is it attacks all enemies. Every single time Sister Militant is able to go, she's going to attack all enemies. If you're getting to the point on certain stages, especially if you are going through campaign, and for some reason you just need like one more little one more push, this may be the free champion that could actually provide you that extra bit of support. So pretty much she's going to come out, she swings, her damage is based on her attack level. You have the ability to increase that damage by up to 20%. I can tell you guys now, I use all dupes to build her out because you pull Sister Militant so often. You cannot ascend this champion. So there's no ascending this champion to a new place. It's not possible. But to have her with that one skill that she's hitting over and over and over again can be more than worth it. Now, she's in Sacred Order. These are all of your champions that normally only attack one enemy. So having the ability to attack all can definitely be helpful. And I'll kind of show you guys as well one of the teams that I've been running her with. I haven't done masteries on this champion. I've thought about it. I've been thinking about really going in and, kind of seeing how much damage I can get out of her. But my girl can do some things. I've made it up to level 40 with her. When you are going through and as you start building your teams, guys, after you get your first 6-star champion and you look up and you have the second, third, and maybe even your fourth 6-star champion, you are probably going to be somewhere between levels 45 and above. So at that point, you kind of have the flexibility to really start looking for champions for a particular niche little area. What area in the game do you want to see progression? Where are you looking for either more support, more defense, more attack? Where do you need a break? Where do you need a turn meter controller? Where do I need some additional buffs or a debuffer? So it allows you to kind of mature your game out because you start really going back and looking at those small things. Now, currently, as far as artifacts go, I do have her in a divine speed set. She's going to get a little boost. So that allows for the 12% on speed, 15% as far as HP self shield for 3 turns. She's in a fatal set as well. So increase attack by 15%. Critical rate is increased by 5%. And of course, perception, which I believe I run a perception set on just about every single champion. Probably the number one thing that I'm struggling with is having boots with speed. Getting boots with speed seems to be the hardest thing right now. And so I'm always looking for ways to kind of boost stats and kind of, really keep an eye on what's possible and what's not. So total stats overall, still in the building stage for this particular champion, but I have managed to get her accuracy up to 102. Resistance is still at 40. So that's an area, depending on where I'm running her at, I definitely want to work on. 77% for critical damage. So building, I definitely want to see an increase in crit rate. This is one of my struggle points with several of my champions. It's really coming down to being able to farm dungeons more so that I can use those small areas within the dungeon and pull the artifacts that I need. Speed is up to 130. So we're getting there. Defense 669, attack 969, and our HP I've gotten up to 11,000. Now, one thing you will notice is the addition of Great Hall really makes a difference. So as you're thinking about what to do, where to use all that coinage that you're getting from the arena, pay attention to the areas that definitely need a little bit more impact compared to others. It's nice to see that I can add masteries in it. Faction Guardians is another area. Empowerment and blessings have also been added, but of course, this champion would not be eligible for that because they're a common champion. So let's see if I run through campaign. Let's try campaign. I guess I'll go with a little brutal. Put her on the team so you guys can see what she's able to do. I've actually been able to pull a couple of champions I've been extremely happy with. Let's run her. Let's see if we can run her just with Banshee. Let's go with Mother Superior and then Deliana and see if she gets a chance to do a little bit of anything. The other area that I've been using Sister Militant in, if I have a smaller group of just food champions that I'm running, if, for example, I don't want to run Deliana through that area, then I will go ahead and run her. And as you can see, resistance is going to be one of the big things with her. Now, the other thing is I normally run her on a team that has Dur the Hungerer. So I'm able to revive her as well. So this is not going to be our best round because we won't be able to see my girl do anything. I'll also take her down from brutal and we'll go back a step or two as far as the campaign is kind of concerned, because I know I have some viewers that are in between normal and hard when it comes to campaign. Now, Sister Militant is probably on the list when you're looking at free champions that you can easily build out and not have to use actual books to book out. You have Armiger is going to fall into that category. Shield Guard is another one. When you think about Diabolus, you're going to hear War Maiden. Berserk is another one. You have all these champions that are campaign farmable, so you can't beat the free. But even with her one little swoosh, she's still at 8,000. She's kicking out about the same amount of damage as Mother Superior. But let's go back. We're going to drop her from brutal back to normal. And then I'm going to take out, should I run my girl by herself? I don't know if I want to be that brave with her. We'll run her just with Deliana. We'll see if Deliana will give my girl a chance to shine just a little bit, or if she'll still die in this first little round. So you notice her little swoosh. When she is dealing with champions that are lower level than she is, having that all attack, as you can see, if you have another champion that you are either building levels on, you're trying to max them out, she will always come behind them. There she goes. It's always going to be that same attack over and over. Now, I do have her built out on another account. She's in lifesteal gear, and I have her also built out for retaliation. So if you take a look, even at her swoops, guys, she's sitting at 19,978. She's not built out with anything special. Shielding is hitting at 17,000 and then 2,300 on support. So she's one of those champions that, if you have the space and the need for her, there can be some definite flexibility. Let's say I move her into first position. I could make a team of all my freebies. So, which probably would be interesting. Let's give that one a try. We have Armiger here. We have Diabolus, which I'm not even sure if Diabolus is even in any gear, and War Maiden, who I know doesn't have any gear currently. So let's do that one as well. So we're going to run without any auras. We're looking at all farmable champions. I actually just pulled War Maiden not too long ago. We know already that Armiger hits pretty hard, but the turn meter control is going to come via Diabolus just a little bit. But my girl is going to hit. Sister Militant is going to hit every single time with that one skill, and she's going to make it her own. I think top damage on in a dungeon I've been able to get with her so far. I've gotten up to 50, 60,000 just in her couple of 2-3 swoops. So it's been pretty nice. But it's workable. So as you're looking for options, and we're going to see if we're going to make it through, which we probably will just because of Armiger and Diabolus overall. As you're working through champions, don't sleep on those smaller champions that can definitely deal a little bit of damage. They can surely be helpers as you're moving through. And so it allows you to keep those resources for your other champions, those login champions, those shard pools that you're really getting excited for. Guys, there is nothing like trying to book out a legendary champion. If you have not tried, if you have not worked on an epic champion even before, you're looking at books, books, and books. They are not as easy to come by. It is something that you're going to work extremely hard through tournaments, through events, or, just depending on what you want to do. But take a look. Now, Armiger made it to round 3, but only put out 13,000 in damage. Diabolus finished off the fight for us, did 58,000 in damage. But look at my girl, 32,100. She did it. And of course, War Maiden was our first to go down, but don't judge because she is naked right now with no gear. Here's another area. There is a lot of support here. You see Armiger is going to come in first, Diabolus, and of course, you have Sister Militant kicking in last, but she can be a little hitter when it is necessary. Don't sleep on your champions. Always, always max out any champion that you have that's available. I'm going to run a few more food champions so that I can boost her up and get her fully mastered as well, just to kind of see what my girl can do. It's not impossible, guys. It is not impossible. Start looking for those teams that don't always hit you from the door. There are champions that are available to you. I guarantee it that you probably haven't thought of. All of these champions, Shield Guard, we've heard about. War Maiden, you will always hear about. Berserker is another one that a lot of people will use in some extremely niche kind of areas. But if you look, Campaign, Arena, Spider, Dragon's Lair, Minotaur's Labyrinth, all of those are areas where you can have a champion that can truly excel. At the end of the day, don't sleep on your common, don't sleep on your uncommon. They may not be, awakened, but they can definitely help your account. If you stuck with me this long, do me a favor, go ahead and subscribe. Leave a comment. Let me know what common or uncommon champion has really filled a need on your team. Who has actually been pretty fun to play with? And what kind of gear do you have them in? I am always open to that. Once again, on Wicked Raider 22, we're posting content every Monday through Wednesday at 7 a.m. I hope to hear from you guys soon. Talk to you later.